You don't know what you've done, do you? Allow me to introduce you to the premise of The Many-Layered Mind of Lord Wizard Talaphar. Lord Talaphar has been engaged in a long and dangerous campaign to serve his demonic masters, and has started a ritual which will pull the material plane directly into the Nine Hells. We've captured Lord Talaphar, but he won't reveal the location of the final ritual, which will doom the world. We can't force him to tell us where it is. His mind is too strong for that sort of thing, and breaking it directly will not get us anywhere. So your team will have to break into his mindscape and determine the location of the ritual. He may have more than one layer to his mindscape, but we have anticipated this and will provide you with an item which will break down the layers as long as the circumstances are correct. You need to find a secure location in his mindscape, and the act of breaking into that and penetrating to its heart will allow you to access the next level down with the item we give you. Only when the central fortress that is his mind remains will you be able to get to the heart of that, and that will reveal all of his secrets to you. The item is heavy in more than one sense, so the person who carries it through a layer will not be able to do anything else other than carry it while they're there. And they'll only be able to put it down in order to break into the next layer. This means that they'll be unable to assist you for that specific layer, and afterwards will not be able to pick the item up again due to some etheric properties that I won't go into now. You may also be able to gather information about the final defensives of the ritual site based on the information that you gather while going through his mind. This will assist us in preparing the assault on the ritual site to stop the end of the world. We may not be able to do this more than once, since we might be running short on time, so we cannot extract you until the mission is complete. Once that happens, we can get you all out, and then we can save the world. Good luck. We are literally all depending on you. So the premise behind this is that each secured location will be in a level further down in his mind, and each of them will be defined by the player who is now the GM. So every time you go down a layer, the party levels up one level, and the seat of the GM moves around one. Coincidentally, the character who the GM is playing will be the one carrying the MacGuffin, and therefore they will not be taking part in this layer. Therefore, each layer is going to be a reskin of the one above it, of the initial dungeon. So the barbarian might reskin the level as a slaughterhouse, a traditional dungeon walkthrough, kill everything, because they're carrying the MacGuffin, and the MacGuffin is warping the level to be what they expect it to be. Whereas a bard might make it something slightly more social based, some more information gathering. They might make it a small town instead of a dungeon. They might make it a geisha house. They might make it a garden party with the best maze in the world. Just make it seem appropriate to whatever the character is, and try and include something in it that helps you understand what the character who's carrying the MacGuffin wants, what they fear, what their role is in the party. Just something that makes the level more about them. This will allow the person who makes the final level, they'll have been able to gather information as Lord Talaphar would have been able to do while the people are walking through his brain. To tailor the defenses of the last level more specifically to the characters themselves, and not just be hit with stat stick. It'd also be good if the initial dungeon could be designed to be modular, such that more than one place could be the heart, so that you're not always trying to break into the same room from the same entrances. The party would also therefore need to be designed specifically so that if one party member is missing, you're not going to be incompetent. Like, if you have to do one level without your healer, can you do that? It's going to be an interesting challenge, because the whole point of it is going to be more about characters. It's going to be more about the story rather than just about the pure stats. Specifically because it makes it more interesting, and it means you can have things like the evening soiree, and it's in a mansion, and there's a murder mystery or something. And therefore the players have to be able to adapt to different circumstances, and it isn't just the dungeon crawl. I don't know. I know this idea needs a lot of work, but that's where my brain went when you posted that XKCD comic about Curse of Strahd. I just thought, Maybe we could just go another level deeper. I should really go to bed. Oh my god.